Why do we need a building? Why do we need a staff? So why do we need a building? Why do we need a staff? Those are the questions I had after reading this book. I'm on the Stewardship Committee, and our pastor asked us to read this book, Giving to God. Okay, we're going to do a little activity to help illustrate how God wants us to take care of everything and everybody. So I've got a few animals here. I'm going to give a few to you. I'm going to give a few over to this person and a few over here, and then everything else is going to go over to you. Now, so God gives us animals, the whole creation, all people, all of the resources, all of the earth. He created everything. So how are we going to take care of these? Well, we're going to need resources. So he gives us resources to take care of things. Resources, water, land. And because you have a whole lot of animals to take care of, I'm going to give you a few more resources. I'm going to give this one, and I'm going to give you a few more resources. Now, you might feel like, okay, you don't have as many animals or resources as this person. God gave them a lot to take care of. So that requires a lot more responsibility to take care of everything. And then we have empty chairs here too, which represent that people who aren't in our community yet. We are a community, a faith community at Roseville Lutheran. And we need to take care of what God has given us. Plus, we have to take care of the people who aren't even with us yet and maybe have never been to a Lutheran church before, but they drive by and they think, oh, maybe I should check that out. And then there's the person who maybe has lost a spouse. And after many years of taking care of that spouse, and they decide that, because they're part of our community, they're going to have their funeral here. And let's say a few hundred people come to that funeral. Well, we have the opportunity to take care of all of those people too, and that spouse that's left alone. And we can actually reach out and give them hope, because they may be very lonely, and then they can connect and be taken care of by us. So back to why make a plan, make a pledge, make a commitment. If we make a plan, if you look and you decide, okay, this is how much I'm going to be able to give this year, weekly or monthly. So you're going to get this thing in the mail, this card, that's a pledge card, and on the side of it is a little flippy tab, so you can decide, okay, this is what I'm going to give to Roseville Lutheran. And then on that little tab, you're going to write, okay, this is the same thing. Rip that off, and I'm going to keep that. That's going to be a reminder of what you said you're going to give. So let's say you go ahead and you give that amount all year long. You decide to do it automatically through your checking account. You can set that up. It could be once a month, twice a month, whatever works for you. How do we know how much to give? How do you know how much you might want to give? Well, I'm going to say you need to ask yourself, what does God want? And how do you find out what he wants? Through prayer. You have to pray. And the other thing of what does he want? He wants relationship. That's the main thing. He wants a relationship with us individually. And he wants relationship between all of us. Why do we need a building, and why do we need staff? Well, we need a building so that people have a place to experience our community, and that we can minister to each other and the greater community. And we need a staff to support and lead us. Stewardship is about a relationship with God and a relationship between all of us